Welcome to another episode of SaltAir. My name is Tom Hatch, the creator of Salt, and with me today is Paul Bailey, one of our enterprise engineers. Now, Paul's here to talk to us about the enterprise scheduler that we have inside of SaltStack Enterprise. We were heavily motivated to make this because as we went back and looked at the core functionality of what Salt actually is, a remote execution system, we found that many of our customers and many of our users were making use of the open scheduler inside of Salt, but they were coming back and asking for a better way to visualize schedules, a way to make updating and managing those schedules easier, and also a way to be able to see what schedules are going to be run in the future, skip them, pause them, and make sure that the overall management of those schedules is very, very smooth. Now, the reason I've got Paul with me today is because Paul was one of the main guys working on the scheduler and making sure that it was nice and smooth and crisp. We went through extensive testing to make sure that the scheduler could withstand incredible amounts of load. As with many things that we have to do inside of SaltStack, our first customers were big. Being able to handle that scale is a critical component of everything that we do at Salt. And so it became very important for us to be able to test our SaltStack Enterprise platform scheduler across large numbers of minions and many schedules running in parallel and extremely large environments. And thanks to Paul's ingenuity and brilliance, we were able to pull it off. Now, Paul, what can you show us about the scheduler?
All right, so I'm going to give you a demo of using the scheduler in the Enterprise UI.
Excellent. Let's dive in.
All right, so yeah, for this first demo here, I was going to show off some of the UI of the scheduler. So first, you can see I have a super complex one minion setup here. And first thing we're going to do is create a job. And all these jobs kind of line up to what you'll see in Open Salt. I think I'm going to go with the test version. That's a good job to start with. And you can see in the drop down as I make it the job, you'll see all the modules you're used to in Salt. And so we're going to save that. So if we wanted to, we could just run this right now ad hoc, but we want to get fancier and make a schedule out of it. So let's go do that. All right, so we'll make a schedule, and we'll say we're going to run this hourly. And in this drop down, I'll look at all the jobs that I have access to. So with the scheduler, you can have permissions per job or per target, so that you can have different people in your company in charge of different things.
Okay.
I'm going to pick that. Now for that particular job, I had already picked the target, so that's grayed out. I don't have to go in and put another one, but if you wanted to, you could have your jobs not have the target defined and then define them here in the schedule and have different targets or different schedules for different jobs. All right. So if you know the Salt Open Scheduler, you'll see a lot of the options that are in Salt Open are now in the UI. And a nice thing about UIs is they're discoverable, so we can go through, see all the different kinds of options. If you're a cron person, not particularly my style, but if you know that syntax, you can put a cron job in. But we'll go ahead and run this for every hour, and I'm going to go ahead and run one right now. And there we go. We have our schedule, and let's go check up on it and see if it's running here. So first thing, we're going to go into up and coming, and I have my filter in here. So I'm going to take that out. All right, so you'll see all the jobs that are scheduled for, I think we go up to 4 months out, and that's configurable.
Oh, that's fantastic. So we can see, again, exactly when all of these things are going to run in the future.
Yes. And then, if there's a particular time when you want to not do this job, so we can come in here and let's skip this one. So that particular job in the future, when that comes around, will get skipped. All right, so let's see the one that we ran when we saved it. Let's see if it's done. and there you go, you know. So it's completed. We got our one success, and we can come in here, and there's our version that ran through that job.
Oh, that's fantastic. Is there anything else that we can do with those future jobs? I mean, can we mutate those at all, or we're basically looking at being able to skip them, right?
You can skip them. You could disable the schedule, so we could go in and turn it off just totally. We can always go in and edit the job or edit the schedule, so it's always up to you whether you want it to go in and tweak some things.
No, that's excellent. A lot of that flexibility can be very, very useful, especially when a company has different blackout windows when they don't want schedules to run, or when they need to be able to pause the schedules against specific targets as well. All of that functionality exists inside of this scheduler, which is something, again, that we've been really, really excited about. All right. Paul, I'm really excited to be able to go over the scheduler really quickly with you today. And again, this is a feature that we've added into the enterprise system. Beyond what that open scheduler can do, and using a lot of the technology in it, we were able to come out and be able to show you visually all of those schedules that are happening in the future, be able to skip them, and have a much finer tuned granularity about how they're going to run, as well as being able to run them against multiple masters and have a lot more flexibility as to how those schedules are defined. Next time, Paul, I think that we should probably talk about how to use the scheduler over the API and go over some things in more depth. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
All right, until next time, thanks for watching.